The man who named the world. It wasn't a sword. It wasn't a cannon. It wasn't even a crown. It was a letter, written by hand, ink on parchment, folded and sealed with wax, then smuggled out of Portugal like it contained state secrets. Because it did. This wasn't some merchant scribbling about spices and sea monsters. This was a man claiming something bold. These aren't the shores of Asia. This is an entirely new world. And history? History listened. Maps were redrawn, names were changed, and one man, who wasn't even trying to be famous, accidentally became the name of an entire hemisphere. Let me tell you about Amerigo Vespucci, the man who figured out what Columbus didn't. Back in the late 1400s, sailing was like gambling with sharks. Nobody really knew what was out there. They thought the Earth was much smaller. They thought Asia was just a few weeks' voyage west of Europe. They were wrong. Christopher Columbus hit land in 1492, but he thought he'd reached India. That's why they called the people Indians. Columbus died believing he'd reached Asia. But then comes this guy, a Florentine merchant, not a nobleman, not a general, just a brainy, curious numbers guy with a sailor's heart and a compass that told the truth. Amerigo Vespucci didn't start out as an explorer. He was a clerk, a ship supplier. He made sure your voyage had oranges, oars, and cannonballs, but he had itchy feet and a brilliant brain. When he finally set sail, he kept track of everything. Stars, coastlines, currents, distances, people, plants, animals, vibrations. He didn't just explore, he analyzed. And on his second or third voyage, some say 1499, others say it was 1501. Regardless, he had the stones to say out loud what everyone else was too scared to admit. We're not in Asia. We're not even close. This is a new continent entirely. Here's where it gets wild. Amerigo sent a letter to his buddies back in Europe. That letter got copied, and copied again, and published, and translated. It spread like wildfire. People were calling it the Four Voyages. It didn't have swords or battles. It had ideas, truth, curiosity. And then in 1507, a German mapmaker named Martin Waldseemüller read it and said, "We should name this place after him, America, after Amerigo, because he figured it out first." That's right. Columbus sailed it, but it will be named after Amerigo. And now